My name is Bob, pancreatic cancer patient. Was diagnosed in May 2012, pancreatic cancer. This is October, I'm still in chemotherapy. There's my port. I had the Whipple procedure. You can see my scar. It started at the top and went down around my belly. And we're continuing with our chemo. We get nauseous, but chemo, what do you expect? How I got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer began with heartburn. Started off with thought I had heartburn, so kept getting worse. Went to the doctor, gave me some heartburn medicine, whatever you want to call it, and didn't help. But I thought, well, beer, I drank a lot of beer. I thought that had to do something with it. So I just pushed it off because I sure didn't want to have to quit drinking. So I pushed it off and pushed it off. Well, then I had a pain across the back. So I went into my doctor. She thought it was maybe kidney infection. They did a urinalysis. Wasn't that. But gave me 10 days worth of antibiotics and told me to come back. 10 days I come back. When I came back, it was worse than when I got there. So that wasn't it. She ran a bunch of tests, couldn't find nothing out, sent me to the ER. About 4 hours in the ER, they decided they was going to keep me. White blood cell count was about 5,000. Next morning, they ran blood cell count, and it was 11,000, so they knew I had an infection somewhere. And they ruled it was a gallbladder inflamed. Scheduled surgery to go in and take it out. While they were in there, they did a laparoscopic. But while they were in there, they did a fluid flow test or something, but they noticed a tumor on the head of the pancreas. Well, nobody said anything to us at the time because they had to send it off and it had to be all tested. And I left, had surgery on Thursday, left on Friday, grabbed a 6-pack of beer, went to where I worked at, told them I'll see y'all Monday morning, and went skipping out of there, no big deal. Yeah, that Monday I went to work. I limited myself on lifting, but I was basically the boss, which meant that I got to tell everybody else what to do and work as hard as I wanted to. And what needed to be done got done. But I've been there for 17 years. Boss man's like my dad. Married my wife there at the shop on our lunch hour. But so I was definitely dedicated, ready to go back to work. Didn't have to work much because, yeah, I just had surgery. But that Friday came around. I worked all that week. Got a phone call. Said, you got cancer. We scheduled an appointment in St. Louis, 8 o'clock. Monday morning, you got to be there. What a phone call. That's how I found out, through the phone. So we went up to St. Louis, Barnes Jewish, Dr. Strasberg, excellent doctor. Very, very talented, experienced, doesn't shoot the bull at all. I remember one appointment. The first appointment he told me quit drinking. Second appointment we got in there, he said you quit drinking. Yeah, been 2 weeks, ain't had a drop. Well, okay, well, this is what we're going to do. I said, well, I got a question. Can I ask a question? He looked at me and told me, no, I ain't done talking yet. So he finished up his little spew about what we were going to do and how bad it was going to be and what it entailed. And threw me for such a loop, I forgot my question. It came to me and it was nothing compared to what we were going to have to do. Well, we scheduled the surgery 2 weeks. I headed up to St. Louis, me and my wife. God bless her, she puts up with a lot. Drove my ass up there. We stayed all night in that hotel they got motel, whatever you want to call it, attached to the hospital. Got me up 5 o'clock that morning, went on in there for surgery. I'm thinking it's a no big deal. I did this once. This will be another simple surgery. Thank God for morphine and that little button that you can just keep wearing out, because I wore that button out after I came out of surgery. Going in, I was happy-go-lucky. I come out, I felt like I'd been run over by a Mack truck. I spent 2 days in ICU. Never forget, I had a catheter. It just come outside of the bed and went down to the floor a little bit. I had a little loop there on the floor and went to a bag. And I don't know if I was just a little bit too morphined up or what, but this one woman, every time she walked by, it seemed like me, she had to kick that thing and watch me squirm. My wife was in there, and I hollered at my wife across the room. I told her, I said, would you mind telling Gertrude, quit walking and kicking my tube. She's about to jerk my feeder off. And they all laughed, and I was serious. And, well, I think I woke up about 3 hours, 4 hours later. Didn't remember that till I was told about it. But they got me back in my room. I recovered for about 4 days, 3 days. Surgery was on a Thursday. I come out on a Wednesday. Fastest recovery they thought I've ever seen. But it's just the beginning. I think my body was still in shock, because when I come home I felt better. And for the first 2 months, it didn't get better, it got worse. At one point in time they had me on 24 pain pills. I was taking 12 oxycodones and 12 hydrocodones. I was a zombie. And finally, they realized that none of the nutrition and none of the stuff was going to stick with me, because I had to take so many pills for the constipation, which pain pills caused. So finally, we just quit the pain pills. Haven't had pain pills except for a little tramadol. Compared to the other two, that's just like candy. But I take it day by day. Good days and bad, but we'll go for another chemo tomorrow. This will be number 3. I had to put one off last week because of an infection they found. But it's healing up, so we're going to be able to do another chemo. I'm going to start these because the stage 2B is kind of like the old stage 3. They're just updating it. But as I've heard everybody else say, they haven't updated things in 40 years. Why would they start now? So that's where me and my wife argue a lot about. I'm facing the death. She doesn't want to think about it. I'm planning to take care of her to get things better, so she won't have to worry about her retirement. But we'll worry about that later. These are just one of many videos that I've decided I'm going to try to make. Seen a buddy of mine, Ray, on there. He's my inspiration. He's 9 years. I'm not even 9 months yet. Some days felt like I've been ran over. Well, just keep your head up. You'll see me sitting in different places throughout this room here. But this is my room. Be good to yourself. Talk to you later.